Good evening and welcome back to the Rory Talks Football channel, your daily Arsenal news, updates, debates and my opinions. If you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. We hit 10,200 yesterday, so we are on the road to 10,300 subscribers. If you can like the video as well, just at the start, click a like on it and then we can all move on and be very happy. I hope you're doing well. It's a Wednesday evening. We are over halfway through the week. That is sensational. Champions League football tonight, Champions League football last night. I think the prediction was pretty good yesterday, by the way. I know I said 2-1 to Dortmund on the night and 3-1 on aggregate, but 1-0 to Dortmund on the night, 2-0 on aggregate. Same difference, really. And I'm buzzing for Dortmund for that. It was a good game as well. PSG a bit unlucky, right? Hit the post or hit the woodwork 4 times, but you know, it is what it is. Buzzing for Dortmund. Loads of you in, as always. You love to see it. Sportcat, Junior Films, Pekka, Icarus, VV Vlad. It's Gaming, Ethan Udall, Tom, Fizzy, Hannah, Denlar, Jake, G8, Ultra Pro Gamer, George Christodoulou, Leeds Gunner, Leo Nesbitt, Peter Baker, Jax Hacks, Ivor, Shamaki, Cedar Tree. It is good to see you all. Ryan Henderson as well, and Carter Sampson. Little nice update, by the way, for those of you that care. Gaming streams this week, later this week, maybe even tomorrow. The gaming streams are coming. Now, I'll have more updates about it and stuff. I mean, I'll talk about it tomorrow probably if I'm going to go live tomorrow. But you can join the Discord. The link's in the description to Discord where we'll have updates about it. I'm going to do polls and stuff about finding out what games you want me to play and all that good stuff. I beg you just call me Pete. I will call you Pete. So, yeah, the streams are going to be on Twitch and they are basically here. Dortmund defense is unbelievable. Yeah, I know. What games? Well, we'll figure that out. I want to play some solo games. I'm sure we'll end up playing FIFA and stuff as well. But yeah, we'll figure it out as we go. You know, the plan is that it's going to be a couple of hours, you know, maybe 2.5 hours every evening if I can. So from kind of 10 p.m. until 12:30. That's how it's going to be. The Twitch is just Rory Talks Football. I'll once I've sorted it out, I'll start putting links around and stuff so that you can join. But yeah, there you go. I'm very excited for it. I'm very, very excited for it. It's going to be a big summer. It is going to be a big summer. Just imagine we made it to the final facing Dortmund. I know. I was thinking about it as well. Like, imagine we'd been on the other side of the draw. Like, Bayern was actually a harder draw than I think people thought it was at the time. But it is what it is. Chelsea have apparently signed the Messinho guy. Yeah, I mean, what another wasted career that is. I mean, what, like, they're just hoarding like young right wingers. They already had what, like Sterling, I guess. They got Madueke. They've got Amari Hutchinson. They've got Kendry Paez. They've got this Messinho. What's his name? Esteval, something or other. I mean, it's unbelievable. You know, and the thing is, it's all just a business thing, right? Eventually, they'll pick the best one and they'll keep the best one and they'll flip the others to other clubs and try and make profit on them. That's it. It's a shame. It's a big shame. Yeah, obviously they've got Mudryk off the other side. And Palmer, who's, you know, presumably. That's the thing. What are they going to do with Palmer? I mean, it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. But genuinely, we would have got to the final if we were on the other side of the draw. Yeah, I think we probably would. Have done. Which is a shame, but look, it's the way the cookie crumbles, isn't it? Realistically, we had our opportunity to beat Bayern, and we didn't. So, you know, I don't trust anyone with Willian in their name. That's fair. That is fair. But look, we'll get into the news today. Obviously, this week, Team News and Ticks has kind of been going through the different positions, and today was the attacking update. So Team News and Ticks has dropped updates on the attacking players that we're potentially looking at. So we've got the update on Alexander Isak. Arteta loves him and believes he can be used as a 9 and off the left-hand side. So that versatility is a bonus. However, there is next to no chance that he goes this summer. There is a very, very slim chance that Newcastle allow Alexander Isak to leave this summer. The only slight glimmer of hope is that apparently Newcastle have been looking at a deal for Solanke, and that could suggest that Isak would be moving. But as it stands, very, very unlikely that Alexander Isak goes anywhere. So maybe that one is off. It says the invitation link is invalid or expired. Oh, that's my bad. I'll need to change that then. That's my bad. Pedro Neto, we've been interested for a long time. Injury continues to be the only worry that we have. So, I could have told you that probably, to be fair. Nico Williams. And I didn't know this about Nico Williams, but it's a major problem. Nico Williams wants £300,000 a week. So apparently lots of clubs have made contact for Nico Williams, and the majority have been immediately put off by the fact that he wants £300,000 a week. And look, I wouldn't pay him more than 200 grand a week. 300 grand a week is absolutely insane. It would make him the highest earner at the club. He is not that guy. So yeah, no one's going to give him 300 grand a week. I'd be surprised if anyone gave him 200 grand a week, to be honest. Like, very good player, but I mean, that's obscene. Absolutely obscene. And also worries me about his mentality. I get that players have to demand as much money as they can, but how good does he think he is if he thinks he's worth 300 grand a week? So yeah, don't know, not for me. And then Michael Olise, Arsenal have spoken to his team. Don't rule it out, but it is unlikely, as Arsenal don't believe he is the best fit compared to other wingers. And the reason they don't think he's the best fit is because he isn't the sort of winger that will run in behind. He is very much a ball to feet kind of winger. And so apparently that means that Arsenal don't think he is a brilliant fit. And then finally, on the attacking update, we are not actively looking to sell Gabriel Jesus. Now, that doesn't mean that we wouldn't sell Gabriel Jesus if the right offer came in. But, it's not like sometimes when you're actively looking to sell a player, you'll start putting word out to agents, this player's available, or to clubs rather. We're not doing that with Gabriel Jesus. So hope Leeds stay down and we can get Somerville for £2.50. He's not that good. The appeal with him was the release clause, but those wages are insane. Yeah, the wages are ridiculous. That's one of those where even if you can get him at a decent, that goes out the window if you're then, spunking 300 grand a week on him. It's crazy. He's demanding more money a month than most people will see in their life at that age too. Yeah. I mean, Saka is on a base salary of 200 grand a week. So he wants to be earning 50% more than Saka. Okay, buddy. Emilio, good to see you. I love the confidence. But is that confidence or is that just blind arrogance? There's a fine line, I think. Do you see us signing a pure left back? No. I wouldn't be surprised if we signed a very attacking fullback on one of the sides. I wouldn't be surprised if we signed, it won't be Frimpong, but that type of a fullback. We've been linked to Ryan Aït-Nouri as well from Wolves. So I feel like that is potentially an option. So maybe it does become a left-sided player that we do. But I don't think it massively matters if they play off the right or the left. I think they would just be used as a very different option when we need them. Are you cheering on Spurs with a passion for a Tuesday? Yeah, I mean, look, I'll be hoping that they can do something, but I don't think they will. Would you like us to sign Olise? Yeah, I mean, I would like Olise. I do understand that he isn't really the type of winger that we use, but then how often do our wingers get the chance to run in behind now? I think one of the reasons Trossard has had a better output than Martinelli this season is because Martinelli's biggest asset was running in behind. We don't get to do that much anymore. So, you know, I get that. And look, Olise can run in behind. You know, he's not slow. We'll see. Convert Cedric to a right winger as a backup for Saka. No, thank you. There's loads of seats on the Spurs ticket exchange. Us Arsenal fans should go and support Spurs for 2 hours. I mean, it would be quite funny. It would be quite funny. If Man City scored, the only people... if Tottenham scored, the only people celebrating in the stadium would be the Arsenal fans that had stuck in. Rory, what's your fuck it? Get me this player signing for this summer. For me, it's Frankie de Jong. For me, it's Victor Gyökeres. For me, it's still Gyökeres. In terms of even if they decide that we don't need to spend that much money on an attacking player, fucking just do it. Just do it. I want him at the club. And also, I'm beginning to see links. I'm beginning to see links of Gyökeres to Spurs. Apparently, Spurs are potentially looking to offload Richarlison this summer and are looking at Gyökeres as a replacement. That, ladies and gentlemen, would break my heart. That really would. That would hurt. That would hurt. Which goalkeepers are you planning to replace Ramsdale? We don't really know yet. We spoke to Wojciech Szczesny about potentially coming back on a short-term deal, but we couldn't agree on wages. He wants more money than we want to give him. So, I don't know. It's going to be interesting, to be honest. Surely Ruel Walters should be ready for game time next season, being on the bench 9 times. Yeah, maybe. But then Ruel Walters felt like he was getting close, and then it's almost backed off a little bit more recently. So, I don't know. Okonkwo to step up? I don't know. I keep seeing links of Okonkwo going... Obviously, he was on loan at Wrexham last season. I keep seeing links of him just going there permanently. So... You know, I'm not convinced that either Okonkwo or Karl Hein are ready to step up if they needed. You know, ultimately, your second choice keeper still has to be a keeper that you say, well, okay, Raya picks up a 4-month injury. Are you happy for that keeper to step up? And for me, maybe Hein or Okonkwo could do it. Maybe they'd surprise us. But not massively a gamble that I would want to take right now. Bring back Matty Turner. No, thank you. Apparently, Arsenal scouts have watched nearly every Gyökeres game. Me too. So hopefully they saw what I saw. Because, boy, oh boy. Xavi Simons is my dream signing. He seems so versatile and would be perfect for us. Yeah, but apparently he's got his heart set on bloody Barca. Why? I don't get what footballers... I just don't get the appeal of Barcelona right now. Like... I don't understand why a footballer would desperately want to go to Barcelona right now. Doesn't make much sense to me. But Raya isn't an upgrade on Ramsdale. I disagree with you, unfortunately. I mean, how can he not be? Look at the defensive record we've had this season. How can he not be? He grew up in La Masia. Yeah, but he's been there and done it now. Everyone go follow Rory on Twitch. I'm his 5th follower. 5 followers, baby. We're flying. He's from the Barcelona Youth Academy. Yeah, no, I get that, but... Chiesa from Juve solves both left wing and right wing. Yeah, but aren't Chiesa's had his own injury issues. I like Barca a lot from the past, but they make me feel so depressed now, like a dead-end team. They'll bounce back. Although their wage bill... They've been told that their wage bill has to be like capped at a really low number, like 180 million a year or something. Where previously at its peak, Barcelona's wage bill was about 400 and something million a year. And they've now got to cap it at like 180 million. So that's why they've got to offload. They've got to offload Lewandowski this summer. They've probably got to offload Frankie de Jong. Would you lose your shit if Victor Gyökeres went to Spurs? I'd be sad. I'd be very sad. The Twitch, I'll put it in here. The Twitch is just Rory Talks Football, all one word. That's the Twitch. Thoughts on the UCL game tonight? I'm excited. I'm excited for the Champions League game tonight. Very excited. I kind of, like, part of me wants Bayern to win. Part of me wants Bayern to win, definitely. But then also, I don't want Harry Kane to win a Champions League. And I feel like if Bayern beat Real Madrid tonight, I think they'll beat Dortmund in the final. I mean, I think Dortmund, unfortunately, are going to lose in the final either way. But yeah, I don't know. It's going to be a very good game, though. It's going to be a very good game. I want Bayern to win. Can't have Kane winning a trophy. The thing is, right, if Kane had left Spurs on bad terms, I'd have been rooting for him to win a Champions League. But because all I see on bloody TikTok and Twitter is basically Spurs fans treating Kane as if he's still a Spurs player and rooting for him, I don't want him to win now, because they'll all celebrate as if it's they'll effectively celebrate as if it's a Tottenham trophy. Devon is officially the 11th Twitch follower. You'll love to see it. We're into double digits. We are into double digits. Dortmund need to win, and Kane's trophy hunt and Royce last season. 100%. Like Dortmund, every storyline for Dortmund winning is perfect. I really hope they do it, but I don't know. If we got Gyökeres, Frankie de Jong, and/or Douglas Luiz, depending on if Partey goes, Olise or another winger, and another top centre back, do you think we would be able to topple City next season? I mean, yes. But that would be an unbelievable that would be an unbelievable window. You'd be looking at about 400 million for that window. So, but yeah, we would. I mean, look, I think we're 3 signings away from being able to topple Man City. We've come very close to it this season, and we've done that whilst having Timber and Partey injured for most of it. So, yeah, I don't think we're far away from doing it at all. I think the big thing next season, in terms of the signings that we need to make and where that takes us, I think the big thing next season will be competing in all 4 competitions, deep into them. We should be looking at winning one of the cups next season, for sure. And we should be going even further in the Champions League. The target next season has to be to go further than the quarterfinals of the Champions League. And we should do that. I don't think we're many signings at all away from doing that. It really is. There's a couple of positions in the starting 11, I think, that we can upgrade to a world-class level, and then it's about bringing, so that's raising the ceiling of the squad, and then it's about raising the floor of the squad. Then it's about, Gabriel Jesus becomes a genuine just bench player. That raises the floor compared to it previously being Eddie Nketiah. We do that, and we shouldn't be far away from winning any of the competitions next season. I reckon we can topple City as long as all our players don't get ill next season, i.e. scurvy. Well, hopefully they don't get scurvy. I'm the 12th follower on Twitch. You'll love to see it, Junior Films. Thank you very much. Perfect final would be Kane missing a penalty and Royce scoring the winner. It would be. It would be. And Jadon Sancho, I don't know, lifting up the Champions League and then declaring that he'll never play for Man United again. Will City get a transfer ban? God knows. Probably not. Do you think Ipswich will actually drop 60 million on Smith Rowe and Eddie? I don't know. I mean, it's one of those. I wouldn't believe it if it wasn't a rumor coming from a good source. I wouldn't believe it. But Jack Sachs was the 8th follower. What a legend. Really hope ESR doesn't leave. Same, but there comes a point where I look at it. I do have to look at it objectively and go, we're going to have to move on from certain players. And so if Arteta doesn't trust Smith Rowe enough to use him, as we've seen a lot of this season, rightly or wrongly, I do think you have to look at moving on. Jadon had a good game. Yeah, Sancho had a great game. It's incredible what a different system and a different environment can do for you. And this is why when we talk about, we've seen it ourselves with Kai Havertz, but, when we look at other players and potentially bringing them in that haven't necessarily had the best season or the best time at a certain club. You know, you change your players' environment, you change the system that they're in, you can end up with a completely different player. 13th Twitch follower right here, Smithy. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Didn't De Jong say he wanted Ajax, Arsenal, Barca? Hopefully he leaves and comes to us. We would have the best midfield in the world. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I mean, most players now would accept, would take a move to Arsenal happily. I think I have subbed on Twitch. I don't know how Twitch works. You won't have subbed yet because I don't have. I think I have to get. Something has to happen before you can subscribe. So you can follow, and then when you subscribe, that's when you pay, or you can use Twitch Prime. So if you've got Amazon Prime, you can do that. But I can't do that yet. I have to hit some sort of target, I think, before they let you do that. So I don't know. I have no. To be honest, I've got absolutely no idea what I'm doing. How much better would a fit Timber and Bruno G do for Martinelli? Oh, look, next season, Timber consistently at left back. The left-sided midfielder being set, even if that's Declan Rice, having them set, Martinelli will drastically improve. 100%. 100%. You need 50 followers-ish, then set up partnership. I'll figure it out. Drakar's followed. I appreciate that. Isn't De Jong kind of injury-prone? How injury-prone is De Jong? Let me have a gander. He's had a couple of injuries at Barca for sure. Let me have a look at how injury prone he is. Injury history. No, it's not too bad. Since he's been at Barcelona, so he had a really bad period in 17-18 where he broke his leg basically when he was at Ajax. Had a muscle injury in 2021 that kept him out for 7 games. Ankle sprain. I mean, this season he had an ankle sprain that kept him out for 10 games. And then he's had 2 more ankle injuries since then. I mean, yeah, this season he's missed about 4 months in total, all with ankle injuries. So yeah, maybe that's a problem. But that's the first time his ankle's ever been a problem. So maybe not. There's 236 of you here. If you could all just take a second to click the like button, I would be greatly appreciative. If you could subscribe, if you're not already subscribed as well, that would be splendid. It would probably kill Ten Hag if De Jong left Barcelona, but instead came to Arsenal. Yeah, well, I mean, Ten Hag's not going to be at Man United, I don't think either. So if they bring in, if once again, Gareth Southgate is the number 1 rumor for Man United today. Oh, if they bring him in, that would be so funny. Can De Jong cope with the energy and pace of the English league, especially in midfield? You never know. That's one of those things that you'll never truly know until they try it. But Olise is what we all wanted ESR to be. He needs to be our priority. If we get ESR, Hato, and a midfielder, I think you mean Olise, Hato, and a midfielder. That's a perfect and realistic window. Maybe. Is De Jong your ideal left centre mid? Maybe. I think so, probably. If we were planning on sticking with Rice as the 6, then as the out-and-out left centre mid, De Jong has to be up there. He's an unbelievable talent. Alanga. What role does Frankie De Jong play? I've thought of him playing the Ødegaard role. Not quite the Ødegaard role, because he can play deeper from that. He can definitely... I mean, Ødegaard could play deeper than he does if he needed to. He does often drop deep. But, yeah, Frankie De Jong is... I mean, you could kind of see him as an Ødegaard. I think he can do more defensive work. But again, I mean, Ødegaard just does everything. So, I think Frankie De Jong is more built as a midfielder. You know, I always feel like Ødegaard is built as a 10, but he does an unbelievable shift as an 8. Frankie De Jong's built as an 8, really. Who will be the Bayern coach next year? Your guess is as good as mine. Bayern don't even know who the Bayern coach is going to be next year. Thomas Tuchel is still saying that there's a very, very slim chance that he might even stay because Bayern can't figure out who they want, or anyone that they do want doesn't want them. You know, the manager market is awful. His wages are very big. They are, but he's going to have to take a wage cut wherever he goes. He's going to have to take a wage cut either way. Hi, Rory. New subscriber here. Do you rate Victor Gyökeres? I would be happy to see him come in the summer. Would you? Mike. Nearly read out your surname, but I didn't. I am the captain of the Victor Gyökeres steam train. If you've come to a channel expecting someone to back Victor Gyökeres, you've come to the right channel. Many people inside this chat are aboard the Victor Gyökeres steam train. He nearly did me, but he didn't do me because you got to wake up bloody early to catch me out, and he did not wake up early enough. His wages are not that big. They're only big at the moment because of the money that Barca owe him from the COVID season. Yeah, but even before that, they were big. It's still like 400 grand a week, even before that. Mike is new here. He is new here. First of all, he didn't know about the Victor Gyökeres steam train. Second of all, he thought he could catch me out. Unbelievable. Havertz earns more than he did before COVID. Yeah, I mean, Havertz is our highest paid player, but Jake and Jack Sachs, they're on the train. He knew he was using it to bait you. Oh, there you go. Nice one. I rate him highly. I've caught a few with this name. I'm sure you have. I'm sure you have caught many a lesser streamer with your name, but not me. It seems increasingly unlikely that he won't be coming to Arsenal. That's a double negative that I'm trying to get my head around. It seems increasingly, it's almost like a double, triple negative. It's increasingly unlikely that he won't be coming to Arsenal. Oh, no, you've corrected it with will. So it's increasingly unlikely that he will come to Arsenal. Yeah, I don't think. I'm riding the train like Lana. Okay, Smithy. Okay. I'm on the Romelu Lukaku train and I'm crashing. I keep forgetting that Romelu Lukaku I keep forgetting half the Chelsea players that are still Chelsea players. Saw a thing today about how Hakim Ziyech, they've agreed for Hakim Ziyech to leave permanently. Completely forgot he was a Chelsea player. Completely forgot that Romelu Lukaku is a Chelsea player. I don't know where he'll end up. I guess he'll probably just go back to Serie A again. But some Arsenal fans want Xerxes over Gyökeres. Thoughts? Xerxes, if you don't want to spend as much money, if you're in the camp of you don't want to spend as much money on the striker because you want to spend it on the midfielder and maybe a winger, yeah, Xerxes is a great option. So, and people that want Isak as well. I mean, to be honest, there are two reasons I'm not as heavily into Isak. One is that I just genuinely don't think he's going to be available this summer. And two, it's the injuries. But I don't think the injuries are a huge problem. I think that's more of a Newcastle problem than a Isak problem. Not going to lie, Isak is perfect for Arsenal. He's the second coming of Henry. Maybe. Havertz said the team is perfect. He wouldn't bring anyone he's played with in the past for this team. Yeah, I mean, that's a very PR. That is a very PR answer from Havertz. That's just avoiding any controversy. We should try and buy Adeyemi, not going to lie. I don't think he's good enough on the ball. I don't think Adeyemi is technically good enough. Don't get me wrong. His pace is unbelievable. It's another Martinelli. And I actually think Martinelli's probably a bit better. Champions League lineups are out. Let's have a look. So, Real Madrid, Lunin in goal, Carvajal, Rudiger, Fernandes, Mendy, Valverde, Tchouameni, Kroos and Rodrigo, Vinicius and Bellingham. Pretty sure that's the same team that they played with last week. And for Bayern, Neuer in goal, Kimmich, De Ligt is back. That's big for them. De Ligt is back in. I thought Kim Min-jae was a real weakness for them last week. Eric Dyer, Mazraoui, Lima and Pavlovic. Interesting. No Goretzka. No Leon Goretzka. Sane off the right, Musiala and Gnabry with Harry Kane through the middle. So that's for them, for Bayern Munich, that's a more preferable front four than they had last week because they've got Gnabry back in. But No Leon Goretzka. But Leon Goretzka is on the bench. So that was seemingly a tactical decision, which is quite interesting, actually. I thought Goretzka's been pretty good. I thought he was good against us. Thought he was good against Madrid. But listen, Thomas Tuchel, look, Thomas Tuchel might not be the best manager, okay? But he is a good cup manager. Like, realistically, last week, he coached a win over Real Madrid. He is a very good cup manager. I mean, he took Chelsea to a Champions League title, you know? And that Chelsea team really had no right winning a Champions League. Is Müller on the bench? Yeah, Müller's on the bench. Miller's on the bench. He has, but a fit Pavlovic's class. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Was Pavlovic injured for our games? Or did he play in our games? No, he didn't play in our games. It was Lima and Goretzka, right? Where does Havertz start next season if we sign a top striker? I think even no matter who we sign as a striker, right? Even if we go and spend 85 million on Victor Gyökeres, at the start of next season, I expect Havertz to be the striker. And I expect whoever we bring in as the striker to be given a really good amount of time to bed into the squad, to learn the system. You know, whoever we go and get, they will not understand the Arsenal system. They will not understand what you have to do in the Arsenal system. So whoever we get, I think at the start of next season, for sure, we'll be starting games with Kai Havertz. And that striker will be integrated slowly. Thoughts on Havertz's wages? In my opinion, they're a little bit too high. Shouldn't be our most paid player. Yeah, I mean, I guess earlier in the season, you would definitely have said that he shouldn't be earning that much. But yeah, he probably shouldn't be our highest paid player, but it is what it is. Rahul, thank you very, very much for the 14 money. He says, hear me out, Schlotterbeck at left back. Schlotterbeck is a very, very good player, a very good defender, and I would not say no to bringing in Schlotterbeck as a versatile defender. Wouldn't say no to it whatsoever. But I think there will be a lot of teams in for him this summer. I think there will be a lot of teams in for him this summer. And he may well just stay at Dortmund, you know, assuming that Dortmund qualify for the Champions League next season, which they should do either by winning the Champions League or by finishing 5th, which I think they're going to do. Schlotterbeck at left back, I've heard everything. I think he means at left back in our system, right? In the same way that we've seen, you know, Kivior or whatever step up at left back. You know, he's not an outright left back. But thought about Bowen from West Ham. Would you take him? I would, as I don't think we can get Kudus this summer. I rate Jarrod Bowen a lot. And it would be insane for me to see him at Arsenal. But the issue with Bowen is a backup option, right? Because Bukayo Saka will outlast Jarrod Bowen at Arsenal. So he'd effectively be committing to being a backup during the absolute prime of his career. Like, he's 27. He's in the prime of his career right now. Not sure that you would move to a club that have a player that you are never going to replace on the right-hand side. You know, he's never going to replace Bukayo Saka. Adingra. I quite like Adingra. I do quite like Adingra. Thoughts on Fulham flying kites on the training ground? Yeah, I mean, Fulham aren't taking the game seriously, are they? But I don't blame them. They're on holiday. They've had a good season. They've done what they needed to do. I don't blame them. Hear me out. What about Matoma? Even Matoma's 26, I think, now. Matoma's older than people think he is. Eze. I mean, Eze would be unbelievable. Eze would be fantastic because he can play as the 8. He can play as a 10. We don't really use a 10, but he can play as a 10. He can play off the left. Eze would be a very smart, versatile buy, in my opinion. Bowen would be mega money. I don't think Bowen will be mega money just because of his age. If we get a striker who will Haaland-esque performances next season, will be unstoppable. Victor Gyökeres. It was actually after training. Yeah, fair. White's undroppable, and you always consider signing a right back. Yeah, but White is undroppable, but he's also not invincible. Every position we need solid backups. I don't think we have a good enough backup for. Look, Timber is an option, right? But if you're assuming that Timber's going to be starting on the left, I don't think Tomiyasu is good enough at right back to be Ben White's backup at right back, in my opinion. Which is why I'd consider. Look, it's not high priority, but it's why I'd consider getting a new one, or at least a rotation option that allows Ben White to have some rest. Ben White is run into the ground. The amount of work that he has to do in that position, up and down the pitch, is unbelievable. Would you rather have Olise or Eze? I think Eze would be better for what the squad needs overall. I think we'd go for I think we would prioritize a different profile of right winger to Olise, whereas Eze would be bang on the money. Is Tomiyasu injured? No, he just had to do some additional recovery work. I think he still has issues with his calves. So he had to do extra recovery work. But he was at training. He just wasn't in the main training session. I could see Bowen replacing Salah at Liverpool, but Bowen signed like an 8-year contract, so I doubt he's moving. I think Bowen will get one big move. Maybe it is to go. Look, the thing is, Liverpool could very feasibly move Salah through the middle as he gets older. Take Salah from the right-hand side, move him through the middle, and put Bowen on the right. That's something that they could do. Anyway, it is time for guess. Actually, it's not. It's not, because I've got one more piece of news. Mario Koscielny, whilst we're talking about right wingers. Interestingly, literally, we spoke about him, yesterday or the day before? We spoke about Koscielny. Fabrizio today said Arsenal are still in talks with talent Mario Koscielny as contract negotiations have not collapsed yet. Newcastle want him and made the proposal, but it is not a done deal yet. Several European clubs are also approaching the 2005-born talent. No final decision has been made yet. Just absolutely baited you into thinking it was Gus the Gooner. So look, negotiations are still ongoing for us to try and convince Mario Koscielny to stay. There's no situation in which getting him to stay isn't the best option, Sign him to a professional contract and sell him next season if we need to. But losing him for free this summer, you nurture a talent like that all the way through to 18 and then lose them for free. Not good. So hopefully we can get that deal done, but we've just got to convince him to stay, basically. What about Obi Martin? Is he signed up to Arsenal for a long time? He's smashing it in the youth teams. He's not signed up to a professional contract yet because he's too young. But he is. Yeah, we're looking to basically do with him what we did with Nwaneri, because you have to be 17 to sign a pro contract. But I think what we did with Nwaneri was basically we signed him to a thing that then meant as soon as he turned 17, he scored a pro contract. So I think we're trying to do that with Obi Martin. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, it is now time for Guess the Gooner, the game where I give you 5 clues about an ex or current Arsenal player, and you have to guess who that player is in the chat. First person to get it right wins the immense pride and respect of the Rory Talks Football community. And we are starting now. This player is 33 years old. Clue number 2, they won the Premier League twice and the Champions League once. Clue number 3, they scored 4 goals in the Premier League this season. Clue number 4, they joined Arsenal from Manchester United in 2014. And clue number 5, they have 42 caps for England. And lots of you have now got it. I've got a terrible feeling, to be honest with you, that someone guessed it right after I said starting now. I think someone got it. In fact, this is unbelievable. Right. Ultra Pro Gamer guessed Welbeck, but it was before I said starting now. So Ultra Pro Gamer's guess technically doesn't count. It's Gaming then said it almost straight after I had said starting now. Why 2 people have guessed Welbeck before the clues had even started, I don't know. But It's Gaming has won. By the letter of the law, the VAR is not happy with this. The VAR is not happy. Because by the letter of the law, It's Gaming has won. Even though technically Ultra Pro Gamer guessed it first, and neither of them had listened to any of the clues. But the laws of the game are the laws of the game. And therefore, congratulations to It's Gaming. Second was Carter Sampson. I'm pretty sure he must have guessed it before there was a clue either. Why is Welbeck that Ultra Pro Gamer ended up third because he guessed it again? Why is Danny Welbeck everyone's go-to before there's even been a clue? Jake was fourth, again before there were any clues. And Pekka was fifth. I feel like all 4 of you pretty much guessed that before there were any clues. But there you go. There you go. Ultra Pro Gamer says this seems unfair. It does seem unfair. I'm on your side. I've been saying Welbeck for weeks. VAR, this is rigged. I got it after you said the age. Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. I'm throwing a Mark Goldbridge tantrum at PGMOL. I mean, Ultra Pro Gamer's fuming. Do you know what? Ultra Pro Gamer wins. I've gone against the rules of the game. Do you know what I've done? Do you know what I'm doing here, right? This is the referee that didn't give a penalty for Gabriel picking up the ball or Raya picking up the ball. You know when the referee he said common sense. Common sense. It was a child's mistake. It was a child's mistake. Common sense has overruled it. Ultra Pro Gamer wins. Ultra Pro Gamer wins. The game's the game. The game's the game. I am PGMOL. I am the referee. I am the VAR. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Yeah, Ultra Pro Gamer, you better subscribe on Twitch when it becomes available, by the way. That's the fee. That's the fee. You're not bold, are you? Not yet. Not yet. Give me 74 more days of failing the 10 in 10 trophies challenge, and I will be bold. I repeat, the chat is slow. By the time you sent starting now, you were already starting to ask the question. The game's the game. Yeah, the stream went laggy for a minute then. That's just Virgin being Virgin. I apologize. You have an agenda against me? No, I don't. I don't have an agenda against you. Why would I have an agenda against you? Do you eat the jelly beans anymore? No, not anymore. I'm for the eating ones that were for the low scores. Once I've done it once, I'm not going to do it again. So if I get 0, I'll do the 1 chip challenge, and if I get 1, I'll do the cinnamon challenge. But there's a lot of people that don't like the forfeits, so I'm trying to balance it out. Trying to balance it out. Petition to give It's Gaming the win back. That we don't. Send me a petition. Who do you think the petition goes to? Me. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You can send a petition to the government. You can send it to the government. Listen, it's the common sense rule. It's the common sense rule. Do a poll. All right, we'll do a poll. We'll do a poll. We'll do a poll. We will do a poll. That's fine by me. That's fine by me. We'll do a poll. Absolutely no problem. Who won? Ultra Pro Gamer or It's Gaming. There you go. 'Tis a democracy. 'Tis a democracy. I would have voted for It's Gaming if he hadn't lashed out like that after. It's close. It's nearly 50-50. Ultra Pro Gaming was offside. Yeah, but it double deflected. It double deflected off It's Gaming first. You should put starting now in the chat as you finish saying the first clue. Yeah, maybe. The problem is that when I put it in the chat, it's not in time with when I actually start. Ultra Pro Gamer is winning. Ultra Pro Gamer is on 57%. Might as well start starting yesterday. This is Democracy Manifest. A meal? A succulent Chinese meal? Doing that in the Mark Goldbridge accent. I don't see the poll. It's on YouTube. You should be able to see it on YouTube. It's 57% for Ultra Pro Gamer, though. I'm giving it. End of poll. Ultra Pro Gamers won. Democracy decided it. You, the people, have decided. So you can't put it on me. You can't put it on me. Get your hand off my penis. Have you been on the Emirates tour? I have been on the Emirates tour, yeah. I have been on the Emirates tour. Anyway, it is time for Guess the Non-Gooner. Hopefully there won't be as much controversy. Guess the Non-Gooner. You have to, I'll give you the full career path of a player who does not and has not played for Arsenal. You have to guess who that player is in the chat. First person to get it right wins the immense pride and respect of the Rory Talks Football community, but not as much respect as Ultra Pro Gamer currently has. All right, this player started their career at Bayern Munich. They started their career at Bayern Munich. They went on loan to Bayer Leverkusen. And then they went to Real Madrid. Bayern Munich, Bayer Leverkusen on loan, Real Madrid. Lots of you were trying to play the smart guesses, but yeah, Goretzka, I like it, but it's wrong. The correct answer, and therefore the winner, is A16. It's Tony Kroos. A16 has won it. I think that might be A16's first ever win, so congratulations to A16. Jack Sachs was second, Vivi Vlad was third, Drakar was fourth, and TMT Ronin was fifth. Pete and Rahul a close sixth and seventh. There you go. Congratulations to A16. Bravo. Fourth on my screen, but not too concerned. Yeah, don't push your luck, Ultra Pro Gamer. Don't push your luck. There you go. That was a nice, clean game. No VAR. Yeah, a very short one. But there you go. Congratulations. Anyway, look, that is going to be the end of the stream. I massively appreciate all of you for joining, as always. I hope you have a fantastic evening. I hope you enjoyed the Champions League game. Hopefully, it's a banger. If you want to go and follow me on Twitch before I even do my first live stream, it's Rory Talks Football, all one word. And yeah, if you could like the stream before you leave, subscribe if you're new, and I will catch you all tomorrow. Goodbye.